My name is Lee. I am 26 this year, and I have been doing drag since 2019. My first introduction, I've been introduced to drag a few times, such as Kumar. Kumar is one of the first few ones, and then on TV also you've seen drag queens here and there, but they usually portray it in a very funny way. I guess you would say the first time I would have seen drag queens in a very, very different light would be RuPaul's Drag Race. That's usually for a very common one for most people to see drag in the mainstream, and it is something that I've always come back to. I've never had a very consistent job ever in my life, except for this one. This one I've been doing it for 7 years, and it's the most consistent thing I've done pretty much my entire life. Yeah, because I get bored of things very easily, and especially work, I get very bored. But this is something that I've always come back to, and it's always been easy to fall back into.
Okay, that's bad. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
I'm Victor.
Yeah, so I want to do my work already, and
Okay,
then
sure.
I want to have makeup ready.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Are we allowed to come inside?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, guys, let's go.
Actually, my first time is nervous, of course. But when you already get more experience already, actually it's like, yeah. If go to the big stage, will be nervous. Like, because previously my big stage, the mostly very big stage is at Thailand, at Bangkok. Yeah, it's got something like a Pride Month, and then also performance at one of the famous drag queen bar at Bangkok. It's called the Stranger Bar. Inside all the drag queen is my sister.
Oh.
And the boss also is my very, very best sister. So sometimes I will go there and give me a chance to performance at the bar.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Acne Von Star. Out of drag, my name is Hamada. I am a 31-year-old drag queen, and I have been doing this for about 6 years in like the art world. You know, it's still art. I'm still painting, but just on a different canvas, which is my skin. Every time we get in drag and we have to go out, I've already prepared myself for the possibility that I might, like, the cops might stop me. I might go to jail. You know, like all these like people might, you know, like hate crime on me. You know, these are all the things that I have prepared myself before stepping out of the house.
When I was a teenager, when I came out to my parents, it was very difficult. My parents and I, my family and I, right now we have a pretty decent relationship. But it wasn't always like that. And I came out when I was 15. So that was about like 11 years ago. And from 2015 until 2023, they did not accept me. For quite some time, I struggled to be accepted by my family, specifically my parents. But by 2023, they came around, and now we're a lot better. They know that I do shows. They've never been to any of my shows yet, but they do watch online. And my mom does like my pictures on Instagram, like my stories on Instagram, comment on my pictures. So, you know, I will say that I'm very happy that we are at this point now. As a non-Muslim, there is a slight loophole for me because I am not being prosecuted under the Sharia law. So I have a bit of a loophole. However, it doesn't mean that things are completely smooth sailing from there. They have other loopholes where they can get you. And I think the biggest struggle I would say as a queen performing in Malaysia is when I was performing full time as a drag queen, you would have these problems where you would rely on these gigs for money, and then they would be cancelled because of authorities or threats of authorities, and you know, then you don't have a way to make a living anymore. Heard of stories where people get drugs planted in their bag because they can't get you through the Sharia law, so they get you in other ways. Yeah. So yeah, it's not easy, but of course I have it a bit different compared to my Muslim sisters.
We're in the middle of a raid in Rex KL for Shangri-La. Everything's kind of okay. They have read out a few ICs and brought all the drag queens out. I'm not sure if the drag queens are going to be in jail.
I was there. I was the performer and the organizer with Giselle. Giselle was one of the opening acts too. I'm pretty sure there was something happening like politically.
Election.
I think so at the time. And we were promoting it like really on a wider scale. And I think it got onto the wrong hands. The performance area like was suddenly lit up. And I saw a flashlight from that side. And then suddenly I heard like "Jangan lari," and then I saw like yellow vest and stuff. I just packed everything as they were coming up, and they saw me. I was packing up my bags, and then I took my bag and I walked, like because there was an escape on this side. So I walked slowly, and then the one of the police ladies, she just looked at me and she's like, "Jangan lari," as I was like slowly like like the Simpsons like going into the. They use us as scapegoats as well, like the drag queens and the community, like any issues that they have like in the government or anything political issues that they have, they would try to use us as a distraction. That is what I think.
What is your definition of thriving as a drag?
Thriving as a drag queen means that I'm able to do what I love to do, even with the challenges and the hurdles given to me, that I can still, at one point, be able to do it full time. In such a conservative country, I do think that is considered thriving. So yeah, I would say thriving means that you're able to do what you love, even despite all the hurdles that the place that you're living at, country that you're living at, or society throws at.
It's like I want to raise up more people to become themselves, that what they want to do, what maybe someone that don't have the way to want to become a drag queen or what, but they know about drag queen but they don't have the way to become drag queen.
You gotta look really hard because it's hard here in Malaysia to see us thriving, but within like a small scope, of course, like there's something for us to do. There's that sense of like community, like having an event here, having a party. It's different than I don't know how street people party, but like it's different in a way where like we're not only there for the party, we're also there for the community. Because like that's how we get to know like who else is in the community, and like what they do, and like what they do outside of that community in like the real world. I can see that it's slowly building up. People can have different opinions on the matter, but there's not a lot of people who can understand that just because you have a different opinion does not make your opinion right or better than my opinion. What we should do is just respect each other. And I think like in terms of coexisting, right now like it's very small steps, but there are like flares here and there where like moments where we feel accepted. But then again, the government always has a way to like psych.
It's a long fight, but it's a fight that's worth fighting for.
Yes, it's a necessary fight.